On a sunny afternoon, in a little pavilion nestled in the heart of a blooming garden, a curious scene unfolded. There was Mrs. Thompson, a sprightly woman with a laugh that sounded like wind chimes on a breezy day, and Tommy, a boy whose energy could power the entire town if only it could be harnessed. Tommy was practically vibrating with impatience, bouncing from one foot to the other. "Mrs. Thompson, when are the butterflies going to come? You said there'd be butterflies." Mrs. Thompson, who was in the middle of setting up a small picnic, looked up and smiled. "Patience, Tommy. Nature doesn't run on our schedule, but I promise it'll be worth the wait." Tommy huffed, crossing his arms. "But patience is boring." Laughing softly, Mrs. Thompson gestured for him to sit beside her on the soft grass. "Let me tell you a little secret about patience," she began, handing him a chocolate chip cookie from her picnic basket. "It's not just waiting, it's about what you see and learn while you're waiting." Tommy, now slightly distracted by the cookie, mumbled, "What do you mean?" "Just watch," she said, pointing to a nearby flower. As if on cue, a small butterfly fluttered by, landing delicately on the petal. Tommy's eyes went wide with wonder. "See, if you hadn't been sitting here with me, you might have missed that," Mrs. Thompson said softly. "Patience lets us appreciate the little moments, the magic that we might overlook in our hurry." The afternoon wore on, the garden alive with the comings and goings of various creatures, each a little marvel of its own. Tommy, usually a whirlwind of activity, found himself entranced by the simple beauty around him. The boy who couldn't sit still was now watching the world with rapt attention, a small smile playing on his lips. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Mrs. Thompson packed up their picnic. "Well, what do you think? Was it worth the wait?" she asked, looking down at Tommy. Tommy nodded, his eyes sparkling. "I didn't know waiting could be fun. I saw so many cool things today." Mrs. Thompson ruffled his hair, her eyes twinkling. "That's the magic of patience, my dear. It turns waiting into an adventure." And so, as they walked back through the garden, leaving the pavilion behind, the lesson of the day lingered in the air like the sweet fragrance of the flowers. Tommy had learned that patience wasn't just about waiting, it was about experiencing the world in its full glory, one moment at a time. And Mrs. Thompson? Well, she had the joy of watching a young mind open up to the wonders of the world, a reminder that sometimes the best lessons are the simplest ones.
Please let us know if there's anything in particular you're interested in watching. If you like our videos, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Also, if you want more, just click on these videos.